Warning: the following is a comedic satire for entertainment purposes only. It should not be treated as a credible news source, though the host is quite incredible herself. All claims and comments are alleged. If anything VIZA says offends you in any way, please feel free to cancel her. She could use the publicity.
Trump's neck, Federline's memoir, and RFK's brainworm. This and so much more on today's episode of I Will Say This, Though. What's up, bitches, and welcome to another episode of I Will Say This, Though. This is the show your algorithm wants to hide, but you found it anyways. As always, I am your host, Toronto's Queen of Mean, VIZA, and today we have a lot to cover in the world of pop culture, so let's open my burn book and get right to it, shall we? Speaking about things that need to be covered, actually, let's try to keep this a little PG, shall we? There we go. This past week, Time magazine released a cover story about President Trump, accompanied by a cover photo that, seems a bit pointed. I mean, he's very clearly got a neck pussy going on, right? Or Nussy, as I've been calling it. This is the kind of photo your friend takes on a night out, and then you're like, oh god, delete that. And they don't. And then they upload it the next day to Instagram and tag you. And then when you ask them again, you're like, no, delete it. They're like, no, girl, you look good. Shady. Shady. I love it. Trump himself took to Truth Social, claiming that this is the worst photo of him of all time. Really? Those photos of you and Epstein being chummy aren't more troubling? Or what about the one where your hair's blown back and you can see the very clear line where the spray tan stops and the liver spots begin? You know the photo I'm talking about, right? Looks like a toddler got into a jar of peanut butter. Trump's spray tan has always been a mess, but even more so as of late. I mean, for someone who hates brown people so much, he sure loves playing around in their foundation colors. He does know Sephora can do online color matching, right? I could probably come up with 100 burns for this photo alone, but I won't do that. So here are my top 5. Number 5. Donald Trump might be the first person in history to get a Brazilian both below the chin and above the waist. Number 4. I bet Trump flicks his Adam's apple like it's a bean. Oh, who am I kidding? He hasn't found either of those in years. Do you think when he plays with it, it's considered necrophilia? Number 3. Does grab him by the pussy still apply when it's a chokehold? Number 2. Donald Trump's neck looks so much like a vagina, Caitlyn Jenner asked for the name of his surgeon. And my number 1 burn about Donald Trump's Nussy, I think we finally know where the Epstein files are being kept. Since we're already talking about the Cheeto, Trump announced on Friday that he had commuted the sentence of disgraced representative and butt-ugly drag queen George Santos. Santos was set to serve 7 years in prison for identity theft and fraud. I'm so glad the administration all about upholding law and order is just freely letting criminals go. Honestly, watching this administration is starting to feel like I'm watching an episode of Tiger King. The only difference is Tiger King has way less convicts. The U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is continuing his battle of the bulge. He has now ordered all military personnel to either watch or read the transcript of his fat-shaming speech from last month. God, if only these military standards applied to the commander-in-chief, then he wouldn't have to shop for so many turtlenecks. Well, on The View, actress Cheryl Hines revealed her husband's brainworm only ate a little bit of his brain before dying. I don't know, I'm pretty sure even a little bit is too much. Maybe if he didn't drink bear urine for the taste, he wouldn't have ended up with a brainworm to begin with. It is absolutely insane that this guy is the person in charge of Americans' health. The guy who sounds like an anti-smoking ad from the 1990s. They say nicotine's addictive. I swear, RFK looks like he's as healthy as a horse with gonorrhea. I mean, he is a Kennedy after all. He was probably born with it. That's the real Kennedy curse no one wants to talk about. Months worth of messages between young Republican leaders surfaced last week, showcasing the next generation of white supremacy in the GOP. The messages included racial and homophobic slurs, along with references to gas chambers, or as Republicans like to call them, the good old days. Vice President and all-around cuck J.D. Vance responded to the story by saying, "That's just what kids do. They say slurs and then lose their virginity to a sofa. Is this not America anymore?" Professional deadbeat Kevin Federline has released a pamphlet disguised as a memoir all about his time with pop princess Britney Spears. You can't help but question the timing of this book considering his child support payments have finally ended. Leading up to its release, Kevin kept giving the press little tidbits, so I'm not sure what's left to read. One claim Kevin makes is that Britney once cheated on him with a female backup dancer. What's wrong, Kev? You mad she probably finally got off? Comedian Marc Maron ended his long-running podcast last week. Now, I myself enjoy Marc Maron, but I do hope this starts a trend among podcasters and more straight white males follow suit. Kim Kardashian's brand Skims unveiled new underwear covered in hair that scream DIY Merkin. I'm sorry, but for me, this is absolutely insane. For decades, women have been sold hair removal products, and now it's just being marketed back to them as hot glue gun weave? And you know what? As an Italian, I am offended. Miss Kardashian, my culture is not a costume. Speaking about Italians, it's been reported that accused killer and definite hottie Luigi Mangione has racked up over $40,000 in commissary funds. It's been alleged that the main source for the funds are thirsty, horny fans. And to that I say, you're welcome. I mean, a motivated Italian who's into backshots? Oh, that's my kind of guy. Human hemorrhoid Pierre Poilievre has once again ripped a page out of Trump's playbook. Pierre is now trying to push the conversation about DEI in Canada. So let me get this straight. Pierre wants to talk about other people being right for their job, when the people of his writing already made it clear he wasn't fit for his? Pierre's new slogan is DEI must DIE. Ooh, original. He's claiming any DEI is just wasteful government spending. Ah, yes, wasteful government spending. Kind of like how you wasted taxpayer dollars on another election and a guaranteed conservative riding just because you lost yours. This week, Republican Representative Mitch McConnell fell once again in front of cameras while being asked about his thoughts on ICE. I don't know if saying the word ICE manifested it, but that bitch went down. Before the fall, he tried to grab the arm of the black male aide walking beside him. Typical GOP move, always trying to drag down a person of color. And now it's time for my rant of the day. Emotional support animals. Ugh, grow the fuck up. I'm sorry, maybe I'm built different, but the only animal I need for emotional support is a rotisserie chicken. Maybe Kung Pao if I'm feeling frisky. Personally, I think people are abusing the use of these service animals. I do. I mean, I guarantee you most of them don't even have the proper papers anymore. Their owners just rely on the honor system. I don't know, when I'm going into restaurants lately, I'm seeing way too many pooches on cooches. I was out for lunch recently and this woman walked in with her kid and a German Shepherd. Almost immediately, I was like, if you don't have papers for that thing, it can't be in here. That dog's gotta go too. Call me old-fashioned, but I think only the blind should have service animals. That way they're not Stevie wandering into traffic, you know? And now let's go to a segment I like to call Ask VIZA. Dear VIZA, I don't want kids, but my family won't accept it. How can I get them to understand? Buy them a really big, really expensive gift. And after they open it, be like, did you like this? Well, guess what? You're never gonna get it again if I have kids. Hope that helps. Dear VIZA, my friend always turns every conversation back to themselves. Should I say something or let it go? Let it go. You sound boring. Maybe if you were more interesting, they wouldn't have to turn the conversation back on themselves. Dear VIZA, how do I make new friends in my 30s when everyone seems busy or already paired off? Easy. Join AA. Everyone's already vulnerable and showing their red flags. AA is also great for comics who can't get stage time. I mean, every week you get to do a tight five. It's great. Dear VIZA, everyone else seems to have their life together. Why do I feel so behind? Probably because you are. Maybe stop writing to me and pick up a book or something. Dear VIZA, I want to go to therapy, but my family thinks it's a waste. How do I show them I need it? Oh, this is easy. First, you buy a big mirror. Then you sit them all down in a row. Then you turn the mirror around and go, this is why I need therapy. Dear VIZA, should I move to a new city for a fresh start? No. If you suck where you are, you're gonna suck there too. Dear VIZA, I made a big mistake years ago that still haunts me. What do I do about it? Well, you can't do much now. I guess you just gotta wait for it to turn 18 and move out. Dear VIZA, I'm always the one reaching out. Should I stop trying? I'm not gonna respond to this. All right, bitches, that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of I Will Say This, though. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, just tell somebody. If you want to submit a question for a future Ask VIZA, be sure to send me a DM or an email at the address below. Until next time, kisses and disses.